Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. So let's check out GU first, because with UJ we're kind of trying to break this low here, but we're not, so we're not going to really focus on that one yet. Let's go to GU. Let's remove all drawing tools. And we're doing so, we're just going to zoom out all the way out to the daily. On the daily, let's see kind of what's happening. We're trying to approach this level of support. That's what it looks like to me. If we break through that, then possibly we can get to this wick right here. This wick right here is going to cause us some trouble. Let's see how much of a gap that is. It's not really much of a big gap at all. Oh, nope, it is. Wait, no. That's just like 10 pips. So not a lot at all to work with. Yeah, 10 pips. So it's not a lot to work with. So what we're going to do, let me just double check that fact. Yeah, about 10 pips, 100 micros. I feel like this is a little too loud, so I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit. Be a DJ here. Good morning. Let's see, we'll turn that down just a bit more because it's overbearing in my ears. Oh, how did I turn it down? And then it went right back up. That's so crazy. So with GU, if we look at the 4-hour, like it looks like it just broke this level of support right here. So this might be a level of resistance that it wants to come up to. I can see that it already created some form of a high to come up to this area. So it is possible that price might want to break out of this area. And if it does, about 10 pips. Let me just look at something really quickly, guys. This is GU. Let me zoom out. What? Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, how many pips is this? Okay, so I stand corrected. I think this is... If it was to travel through this area, it would be 100 pips. This is so complicated. Let's see. Price is selling right now, so we're just waiting. But let's check out USD/JPY. In the meantime, while we wait for GU to maybe set up something. So on UJ, this is definitely like a place that price wants to visit. It is approximately 16 pips away. So GU is a little bit more weird. Okay, now I can see it better. So this move to the downside was about 30 pips, and then back to the upside was about 30 pips. So we are definitely in this tight range. Leading up to here, we have this strong level of support, which can really just not help us in our trading. Breaking lows, we are approaching this area in about like 18 pips, which, I mean, that break isn't terrible, but it's not good. Again, I'd want to break out of here from a selling standpoint, and then we'd get maybe to like here. So we'll see what's going to happen. If it starts to break lows, then I can see it continuing, but it would have to be when there's momentum. I told myself that I only want to take, I need to actually write this down, approximately, I told myself that I want to take approximately 3 to 5 trades this week. So I'm going to hold myself to that. Okay. So right now we're just waiting. Nothing's happening. Let's check out GU. GU, there is this mini level of support, but I would prefer to trade below here because we have this strong level of support right there. So right now I'm just waiting. I might not trade at all today. Let's check this out on the 30-minute. Let's see here. Go to the 30-minute. And you can see here that it is definitely breaking lows, that it is, but that we're still in this range, and it's pretty choppy. So this would kind of like be like a no trade range. This entire range right here would be like a no trade range. It is breaking a low, so there is potential for something to set up below this area right here. So that's something that we're going to be looking for. But again, we are still so close to this, so it's hard to say. Let's check out gold. Remove drawing tools. So I'm going to start just a 4 hour, just to see kind of where momentum is right now. Price looks like it's breaking lows, but at the same time, it's looking like it created support here and it's been heading up and maybe is now retracing or deflating. So we're breaking lows, It looks like it's in a downtrend. Let's zoom in again. We're just about to reach this level of support, so maybe this will be like a take profit area. So that is probably like like 20, 30 pips away. That's actually really good. Let's zoom in again, and we can say that price breaking this low would more than likely allow it to sell, more than likely. So just this area. I mean, I'm not gonna trade gold right now. I'm just looking. I might start like simulator trading gold. We'll see. Be right back. So on top of that, it's Monday. It looks kind of choppy in the market. Hard to say if a trade's going to open up. If I was to talk about a trade though, I see here clean candle right here and clean candle here, followed by resistance right here. So we do have some clean areas, but then we can see here price came closed, came back up to retest this level of resistance. You can see here a candle was testing this level of resistance. We closed in this area, which if I was to draw it out, you'd see that this is a level of resistance. It's not a heavy level of resistance, but it still is, which makes the markets just a little bit more choppy. And with GU, we are breaking lows, but now we're retracing. Let's see kind of what's happening on the 15-minute. Yeah, so we're definitely retracing. Let's see here. If you take a look into gold, we have to actually even go into the smaller time frames, sometimes even smaller than this. But we can see here that this level of resistance is actually quite strong. So you want something to break out of here, something to break out of here. Patience is definitely a must. And take profits would be this area right here, and then going up to around the top of these wicks right here. So that right there would be how much of a gap? A 40 pip gap, right? So that's something that you'd want to wait for. I mean, I do like the idea of price continuing to sell past this point. I do like the idea, but I just don't want to bank off it. I would want to see what happens on a Monday and just sit on my hands. UJ is a bit more of a heavy hammer. If it starts to move, it might start to break these areas and then head to this area as an overall. So that's already about 14, and then heading to this area would be a total of about 40. Right, so this might where I want my runner to be. We'll see. Let's see here. I don't know if I'm going to take a trade today at all. We'll see. We will see. Let's turn this up a little bit. So right now we're just waiting. It is now 6:43. We have this low being broken, so that's kind of like a good thing. I'd want this low to be broken as well, or maybe even a candle to close below, which kind of seems like it would make sense to happen because in 17 minutes that can happen. So that is a plausibility. It is a possibility. This trade looks like it's going to be really good. Let's check if there's going to be any news today. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, but we'll just check. So we'll go up to Monday. There's news that already took place. I hate how it doesn't show the numbers anymore. Like, is it even a valid news site? Oh my gosh. Nice. Okay. Alright, so again, we're just waiting on our hands, not doing much. Oh, okay, so we're about to break a low here. Alright, so let's see. How can maybe be caught out of this trade? I've been trading GU so much that like I kind of know where price might head. So this might be a trade I want to open up as a sell. Just if price breaks out of this level right here, then we can potentially open up a sell to get potentially this area, and then potentially, let me just zoom out again. So after we break this, we can potentially get to this area, which is approximately, give or take, another 10 pips on top of that. So total, like, this will be like 25, 30 pips almost as a gap. So we'll see. The only reason I don't trust it too heavily is because one, we're nearing in the level of like strong support, and two, like price came down and then it shot up 30 pips. So it kind of makes the trade less trustworthy. Or 40 pips almost. Wow, that's even worse. So like here, if you take a look, it only rejected it by 10 pips, but UJ is a lot slower. But in essence, like there is whenever price rejects, there is cause for concern. And at that point, you just kind of have to sit on your hands. I feel like today will be a no trade day. I feel like I'm gonna like that more if it's a no trade day. I just noticed this level of support that was broken and turned into a level of resistance. So this is definitely a level of resistance. So is this. But let's say if we get an 8 a.m. candle, this will draw less relevance, like around New York Open. So we'll see. Yeah, so this is kind of where waiting is a must, because you can't just assume that it's going to break this. It actually has to break it. You have to see it go below here, maybe even close on like one of the time frames, maybe on the 15-minute time frame, maybe on the 30-minute time frame, maybe on the 1 hour. But you want to see something close below here, as there was a level of rejection, and now we're in a range. We're in a definite range. So price came down, tried to break it, couldn't, came up, couldn't break tops, came down, couldn't break bottoms, came up, couldn't break tops, and then now it's down again. So we're definitely in this range. This is a no trade range. This is actually a very ugly trade range. So just keep that in mind that we're in a range. Let's check out what gold's doing. Gold is looking like it wants to continue to sell, which it looks like if it continues to break lows, continues to break lows, continues to break lows, then it will sell. So that's something that I might be looking for. Let's see. And with GU, it looks like it's going to break this low. I wonder if I should take an impulse trade, an impulse entry right here, or if I should just wait. You know what? It's Monday. I'm going to make this a fun day, and I'm just going to wait, sit on my hands. Even if it does break this, I'm just going to watch it. I'm just going to watch it break it. Because it's more important for me to take note on what's happening as opposed to getting into a trade and risking money, right? My plan now and my goal is to continue to deposit into my account and get comfortable in the markets without really trading and need to trade, because then that's going to make me better off as a trader as a whole. So that's definitely one of my goals that I'm going to be looking to continue to reach. I will be right back in a moment. Yeah, okay, back. This looks like a really good trade. I mean, no, this is gonna be a good trade. I'm just not gonna trade it. So what I'm anticipating is happening is it's gonna come at least to this area. So we'll see what's actually gonna happen. Let me hide those events. Definitely don't want to research it. let's see what will take place. Let us see what will take place. No rush. I'm not gonna rush because there's no need to. Those who wait get paid. Those who wait get paid. Those who wait get paid. So goal is two weeks to build. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is work. So say work on risk management. So one of the things I've been doing for that is taking 1 to 2 trades per day, and I'm gonna start limiting myself now to 3 to 5 trades per week. And then in the grand scheme of things, about like I'll have a goal per week that I want to accomplish, and then I'll just leave it at that goal and look to improve, like increase goal over time as balance gets bigger. So that's what I'm looking to do. 3 to 5 trades per week. And then definitely want to stick to and improve trading plan. Content. So I was just making some notes there. As I can see that price is looking to break this low. I'm not really enticed to get into any trades right now. Price looks like it's looking to gain strength here. Let's check out the strength meter. Let's see here, strength meter. Strength, and check out the strength meter. And when you do, you can see that the US dollar is strong and the pound is weak, right? So this might assist, keyword might, assist us in our general assumption that if we're trading UJ, actually the Japanese yen is pretty strong right now, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's way stronger. So that's kind of why we have this tithering. Whereas, okay, there's a tither because both the US dollar and the Japanese yen are strong. So it's going to be quite hard to catch something in this. Now, when we go here, you can see that the pound is weak and the dollar is strong. So in this case, it's no wonder why prices continue to sell and is selling right now. But I mean, it looks like a good setup right now. I just don't want to take anything today. Limiting myself to 3 to 5 trades per week and just staying disciplined. Keeping my head down until it's time to come up. We have 5 more minutes here in the 1 hour candle. I want to start zooming and have people come into my Zoom rooms and go live with them and have them ask me questions and do analysis together. So that's something I'm looking to do in the future. If you want me to look at any pairs, put a comment in the chat, and I will look at any other pairs. Like, this is why it's not making any sense to me, because like essentially it's saying that this trade took place, no, not this trade, sorry, this news right here took place at 3 a.m., which I mean wouldn't really dictate or affect my trade, but I'm guessing that it just doesn't have, okay, yeah, it doesn't have data. That's, I don't know, it's kind of throwing me through a loop. So okay, you have USD news at 7 a.m. Let's see how this news is gonna affect the market, if it does in any way. That's gonna happen at 4 minutes, so that's fine. No rush there. So NAV market index, it looks like it's going to be quite the same at a yellow box, not really going to have much difference. However, this might affect someone's trade. It might give enough momentum to push someone out of a sell and then continue back down after. So this is another reason why I may not want to sell this, right? This candle could have deceived someone into thinking that it's gonna break this low, so you get in anticipating that, and then look at that. Oh, that's just so right here, I don't want the same thing to happen or anything bad to happen, so I'm just waiting, sitting on my hands. Like I was saying earlier, today might very well be a no trade day. Here, I'll put that on the chat here. Today may be a no trade day, so I'll just highlight some stuff here. May. I'll put a capital here. And I want this to be yellow or orange. Sorry, whoa. I had to correct myself there. Today may be a no trade day. So we're just gonna go off of this and just wait patiently, right? While we're waiting patiently, I'm gonna start panning out my chart here. So we're gonna say buys above what level is this right here? Let's check this out. 109.858. 109.858. So we'll say buys above here, right? And we'll just put this little indicator to indicate, and then we'll say even though today may not be a no trade day, we're still gonna look towards seeing if there's a setup of some sort. So actually, just noticing, because 1% per day can make a huge difference while you're depositing into your account on a regular basis. Every trader will tell you that, every professional will tell you that it makes a large difference. So right here, we're at the 7 a.m. We're getting a little push to the upside. Don't want to take anything. I'm just gonna just mark out everything. So we have buys here, and then we have sells. We'll say potential sells below 109.708. So that's what we'll say here, and we wanna be specific, so we'll write potential. Gotta be specific. Potential. Have to be specific when you're trading, because it'll improve everything so much. So we have that. GU is now breaking this low. However, I think today will be like a no trade day for me, just to be on the safe side, warm up to the markets. Actually, like, I just don't want to put myself in a predicament where I do build my capital and then blow it all at once, right? So I'm just taking long strides. When you're in a marathon, right, which Forex is definitely 1000% a marathon. It's not a foot sprint. It's not a foot race, right? So when you're in a marathon, you don't just take off running at the beginning of the marathon. You know, you take your time. You take a look at where everyone else is. You start to build the strength under your legs. You start to get them loose. You know, you start breathing. Your heart rate starts to go up. And at some point down the line, when you start to see that maybe the finish line's coming up, then you start to throw your arms more, start to gain more traction under your feet, and you see, this is why I didn't want to sell this. At the same time, I'm not saying it's not a selling opportunity. I'm just saying I didn't want to sell it. So when you're at the beginning of the race, you don't want to run as fast as you can. You want to take your time, small lot sizes, take 10 pips out of the markets, good risk management. You're managing your risk inside of a trade, and just looking to build your capital. There may not be any trades at all today. I did write that, which is fine. I need some tea. Probably gonna have some tea. Yeah, we'll have some tea probably. Make myself a tea. Alright, since we're just sitting on our hands idly, I'm gonna make myself a tea. I'll be right back. Potential buys above that level, and we're just waiting. We are just waiting. Nothing rushed. Gold looks like it's taking off. Go to the smaller time frames. 5 minutes. You can see here there's still a level of resistance here. Resistance. So you really want price to break above this area and then take off into this clean area, right? So that's what you'd be waiting for on gold. Again, don't rush anything. It's just Monday. Monday comes up. It shows a lot of promise, a lot of hope, and then takes your dreams from you. So also this is the brand new news. Let's check it out. Let's see kind of what happened. What can we expect? Wow, it didn't even give it to us. This is so. What is going on here? I'm gonna have to take a look into this for real, man, because this is honestly just. Man, what does it think I am? What time does it think I am? 4:30 a.m. Why does it think I'm 4:03 a.m.? Okay. Pacific time. Where's Eastern time? Okay, so now it should start to show some of these data boxes. It says it's 7. Why is this not showing? Oh wait. Oh, that's when I was gonna change everything around. Okay, so Monday we had the ZUP news. We have USD news at 10 a.m. Okay, so that is not even close. That's why it's not showing nothing. So I had to reconfigure. I did reconfigure. It worked. And we are still just ranging, guys. So just sit on your hands idly. We don't have anything going for us yet. Again, it is Monday. Just chill, relax, have a good time. I'll be back, guys. Drop any comments in the chat if you guys want me to look at any other pairs. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make myself a tea. Again, let's see here. GU again is now looking to break lows. If I was to open a trade, my stop loss would be above the previous candle. So this would be my stop loss, and my take profit area would also be like right here. So about 1 for 1. Generally speaking, about 1 for 1. Let me see how much my stop loss would be. Breaking this low, my stop loss would be, ooh, that is a bad trade. That is a bad trade, guys. 20 pips for 13. You don't want to do that. 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 Even if there is a lot of potential and you can see it's creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and now it's breaking these lows right here. Look, it broke the lows, right? And now it's just been retracing this whole time. It's just very messy in this area. Very messy. What does this correlate to exactly? Looking to the left, we're approaching this wick right here, obvious rejection zone. Just stay away from that. Realistically, the better trade is for maybe a candle to close below that area and then look towards taking something. Right now, UJ looks like it wants to come back in this area, and if it does, it's gonna be hit with this, hit with all this. So it's really a rocky day. This is about 17 pips though, so that's really good. If it comes back in this area, I can see it doing 17 pips. I can definitely see it doing 17 pips. So we're just waiting idly, guys. We're waiting patiently. We're not opening any trades up. We're just waiting and seeing and looking into what's happening in the market. And the goal as well is to get 1% better per day, right? So we're not looking to rush anything. GU looks like it's about to take off, so I'll just leave it at this for now. Will I be back? I'm still making my tea. One moment. This trade right here looks so enticing to trade. I just don't relatively want to, because I decided today would be like a no trade day for myself. So we'll see what pans out. I might take a trade. We will see, but at the end of the day, remaining patient is always a good plan as well, right? You always want to have some sort of a plan, some sort of something to go off of, so you're not just trading willy-nilly. Like for instance, my plan is that if price breaks this low right here, then I'm gonna be looking for sells going down to the next level of support. That's my plan. Or if price breaks this high, right? So the same thing is here. Like right now, I have a plan to not trade because I want to just be reserved. Like this might be like an amazing, excellent trade, but at the same time, it might not be, right? So we'll wait. I'm gonna be patient. I'll be right back. One moment.
When you get an online quote and switch to Bel Air Direct, you could save up to $750 on your car and home insurance. So you can live a little larger and finally get your own custom license plate. Something like DJ Joe. You know, sure, you're not a DJ, but who needs to know? Bel Air Direct. Insurance simplified.
Did you know that in Ontario, it's possible to have up to 90% of debts, including credit cards, loans, overdrafts, and overdue bills or store cards, legally written off? In the next 60 seconds, I'll show you how you can qualify for this help and who can help you with free advice. There are people all over Ontario right now feeling stress and anxiety because of their mounting debts. The worst part is, most people don't even know that there are services available that can work with the people you owe money to and, with their agreement, wipe thousands of dollars off the debts. These systems have been set up in such a way that it makes it almost impossible to clear the debts. Companies and banks add huge amounts of interest and then enforce charges when payments are inevitably missed. What a lot of people do is start making the minimum payments to get by. But did you know the average credit card will take over 26 years to clear when only making minimum payments? All these reasons are why most of us need help from the experts who know about the different government legislated solutions available that, in many cases, makes repaying debts faster and a lot cheaper. In Canada, there are several different solutions available to help people. So, depending on your circumstances, such as debt level and the number of people you owe money to, there will be one created for your situation that will make your life much easier. That's why speaking to an advisor before just jumping into a solution is always the best thing to do. A short conversation on the phone with a friendly and non-judgmental advisor will get you the information that you need and potentially a solution that'll wipe out a huge amount of the money that you currently owe and pay out each month. If you're watching this video thinking, I could really use some help, I highly recommend you speak with someone today. Writing off up to 90% of debts not only means you'll pay less in the long run, but in most cases, it also means that your current monthly payments would reduce significantly. Click the button around this video to complete a short 30-second questionnaire to start the process of finding out if you are likely to qualify for help. If you do within the next couple of weeks, you could have thousands of dollars written off with your monthly payments reducing significantly to an amount that you can comfortably afford. You'll then be on your way to becoming free from your debt worries. Click the button to get started.
This is the greatest idea you'll ever hear. Okay, it's an app that compares hundreds of travel sites for hotels and cars and vacation rentals, like Kayak does for flights.
Sorry about that, guys. Just came back. Where's the sound though? Wait, I'll be right back. Start. All right. So yeah, this is just really a huge trap so far. We might have to wait for the New York Open, but so far it's just been a big old trap. Big old trap. Great. That is. Oh nope. Sorry guys. Wait, did I just close it? I hope not. Oh, I did. It's okay. Google Chrome. That's okay. Kind of stuff happens. Trading view. And it is saved still. Oh, it is saved. Let's see if I can get the other ones. Let's see if I can get at least GBP. That's what I like about Trading View is that it saves your work for you. Like this will probably be saved. Yeah. So this is also my saved work. This was a stop loss I was talking about. I didn't get into that trade, as you can see. Like this it's Monday, so there's lower amounts of volatility. UJ looks like it's breaking down now, but still might be a trap because we're at this level of support. I think the trade for UJ might be a buy when we get to this level of support, but again, that's like calling a bottom. You don't want to call bottoms or call tops. You want to trade the breakout and look for a setup in the breakout. Now, what I always think in my mind too is that market makers, they know that people want to trade the break. So market makers are like, they're saying to themselves, hey, you know what? People want to trade the break. So let's create some form of an opportunity for people and then take it away, is what I think the market makers say. Hard to say though. So we have 2 more minutes until a new 30-minute candle. What could potentially happen is that on the UJ, price might wick up and then come back down to then break this low and continue to break down and break down and break down. Hard to say though. Again, today may be a no trade day. Who knows? But that's also part of my 1% getting better is to identify, because I was on the simulator yesterday, and there was a no trade day yesterday on my simulator when I was simulator trading, and 2 things actually happened yesterday that I'll talk about. One thing that happened was that on the simulator, I was having trouble identifying a no trade day. So now I'm putting that to practice now, is trying to identify a no trade day. It's like an awfully good buy. I've seen this buy before. However, we are in a hard downtrend. You can see that price is in a definite downtrend. We're breaking lows. It doesn't make sense just to buy right here. Price is going to destroy that area. When we go up to the higher time frames, it shows that price is going to destroy that area, obliterate. So really just want to wait. The better buy would be above here, where there's price tried to break out of. I mean, if you take a buy, you're literally taking a buy to like break out of here and continue up to here, so about 25 pips. That's a good trade. That's a really good trade because we've reached a level of support in a downtrend. Definite support here, built on the 30-minute, built on the 1 hour. If we keep going up, there's definite levels of support. There's about 4 wicks there, and then on the 4 hour, there's about 2 there, right? So it already went up 2. So there's the potential of it going up and continuing to go up. But right now, we're just waiting, sitting on our hands. Might be a no trade day. This trade is something I was just talking about. There's no wick to the upside, which kind of deters me. But if it continues to sell, I might actually get into this. I might actually get into this as a sell. We'll see. We will see, because right now it's just dumping. I don't like the fact there's no wick, but I mean, this trade looks really ideal to me. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this as a sell. As soon as it breaks that low, I'm going to take this as a sell. And there. Should have waited just a little bit more, but all's good. Okay. So right here, we're in this trade. I'm going to be looking to manage risk very, very, very well. Stop loss is going to be about to start 10 pips, and take profit is going to be 1 and 1. So about 10 pips itself. Let's see what's going to come about. Right now we are just waiting patiently, basically at break even. I'm going to start laying the take profits and stuff like that. And yeah, we're just gonna really just be patient in terms of risk management. We're taking off now, but We're still not at a point where we're comfortable. So if while this is happening, if price decides to retrace, right, and it comes up into this area of about 5-6 pips, then that's when I'm looking to close 50%. So I'll just leave a line here indicating to myself that I want to close 50% when price starts to get up in this range, which is about 6 pips from my entry. And GU again is still just ranging, so we are waiting patiently. This is a good setup in my eyes because we had a whole lot of support and resistance ranging. We had a wick here at the bottom. I mean, the better opportunity might have been that it's breaking this low, but I really wanted this to break, this specific candle to break. So I waited patiently. It came up that it did break the low. So now we're just waiting. We're gonna see if we can get about 10 pips and maybe leave a runner. Let us see. This is USD JPY. We're definitely just waiting here. UJ generally moves slow. It's like the beginning of the first 30 minute, the 7:30 candle. So I mean, I don't expect it to just blow by. Like if it was GU, then yeah, GU is creating some form of a bottom wick to come up and maybe break the top here. Because again, US dollar is strong, GU, the pound is weak. So if that's then to, ooh, actually no, this should continue to sell if that's the case. If the US dollar is strong and the pound is weak, then that should continue to sell. Let's check if the strength meter. I don't really use the strength meter. It's just something that I check. I guess for fun, I guess. I don't know. But right now, just based off momentum and price action, I can see price definitely going the long run in this trade. We are now taking off, taking off, taking off. Let's see if it can continue. If we get to about 5 pips, 6 pips, I think at that point I'm going to move my stop loss to break even to say to myself that, hey, you know what, this is a risk-free trade. We're back. as this starts to break down, I just want to say as well, I did move my stop loss to break even. So now this is like a risk-free trade. And I did this one because it's just better overall to have it that way. And two, it's basically like if I lose this trade, I lose nothing. So that's a possibility, right? And because it's a possibility, I'm just leaving that as is. I want to incorporate that into my daily trading, is moving stop loss to break even, and just having this be a risk-free trade. Possibly and potentially taking 50% of the trade at this point. So as I'm talking about this is something that's going to be in my live recording. I'm definitely going to be going back and watching this situation as it pans out. We are sitting at about 5 pips right now, 6 pips right now, approximately. And we're just letting this run. And that's going to be one of my main objectives, to become more specific in the market, because one of the big things in my previous trading is that, let me turn this down, it's kind of overbearing, so I can at least talk more. Sorry. So one of the things that I used to do in my trading is I would go into a winning trade and then allow it to go back into a losing trade, which is not good. It's not good at all, because it's essentially like saying you go to a supermarket and you go to a supermarket, you plan on spending $5, right? And then you find $20. So right now you have a positive balance of $25, right? And you only went to the market to spend $5, and you know what, you found money and you're like, oh nice, okay, I found money. But then you go into the market and you spend, let's say, like $15. So one, you spent more than you wanted to, and then two, you're spending outside of the money that you've just found, which could have gone to your savings, which could have gone to something. You could have gone to another day to the supermarket, spent $5, right? So in essence, you are still left over with money, but in terms of building capital, in terms of building capital and just building wealth, not only now but generational wealth, is that you do have to be close to perfect and look towards perfection. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to lose this trade. There's the possibility that I might lose this trade, very high possibility. But at the same time, I'm not stressed now. My Monday is basically complete. I'm done trading. This is it. This is literally it. I'm gonna look into other trades, and there's a reason. Look, this one broke this low here. However, I just didn't feel good in terms of taking this trade. I felt a lot better taking this one, because there's actually like stuff under this one. But with this one, we've reached a strong level of support. If we go to the left, keep looking to the left, keep looking to the left, and we'll see like a pretty strong level of support, or a support area. So these are just stuff that I'm thinking about in my mind that I want to improve at, become 1% better each day. Even though like I'm not taking profit, I can take profit right now if I wanted to. I can just literally go ahead and take profit. But again, I'm just looking to improve, 1% each day improvement. Who knows, I might lose this and I might have to get into another trade. But at the same time, I'm looking, my plan is 3 to 5 trades per week. So this is one of them. Even if it gets stopped at a break even, this is still a trade where I watched it, I hunted it like a lion, I pounced on it like it was a gazelle, and I was patient the whole time, right? So that's a trade. It takes a lot of mental strength to sit here patiently and not take trades. And trust me, I know that for a fact. And also just being in control of kind of when you're getting in, where there might be momentum, right? So these are just stuff that I like to talk about. This trade looks like it's going to get stopped out, which, I mean, again, I don't mind. This is my one trade for the day, Monday through Friday. My goal as well is to get, let's put this as a goal here, get 1% better each day. I've been watching recently like a lot of videos in terms of like wealthy people, and one of the things that I've watched on YouTube actually is, if you want to go watch it, look it up, it's 15 ways to become a millionaire. So the very first one is just, it says be skilled in your career, be skilled in your occupation. So whether you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, basketball player, you're a university teacher, let's say hypothetically, just whatever field you're in, you want to be very skilled in that field and you'll become very wealthy. So like I'm not I am focusing on my money, but more so like capital preservation and just increasing my capital so that when I do trade trades like this and it's like 1% or 2% of my balance, it's like it's going to be a trade of like $500 or $700 as opposed to a smaller amount, right? So those are things that I focus on, and I want to gain the skill necessary to know, hey, is this going to break out or is this going to range? And my intuition would tell me that too, because I do a lot of simulator trading. If you guys go to my channel, you guys will see there's a lot of simulations, a lot, and it just builds instinct in terms of knowing where price might go, where price might not go. Like I just felt that taking this, even though we're breaking lows, we clearly broke this low, clearly, I just didn't feel like it was a good trade. I wanted to sit on my hands for GU, and it worked. Now, nothing's to say that as per the New York Open in 17 minutes, it's going to push price down all the way down, and this would have been the quote-unquote move. But it wasn't the move for me at that time. This was, and I'm just letting my stuff run at break even. I'm going to be right back, guys. Another thing that I would want to say, while this just pans out again, is that when it comes to closing my trade at break even, and like after it passes like 6 pips, 5 pips, 6 pips, with UJ specifically, it might wick back up, but if it doesn't wick back up, then it will give you a lot of pips. So not only is it risk-free, but it's also going to give you a lot of pips. So generally speaking, I mean, I'm looking to take out at least like 50, 60, 70% of my trade at like 10 pips. So that's something I'm going to be looking into. But from a general standpoint, I would much rather, and I think I was talking about this last week on the Friday, because I was in the same predicament. I would much rather my trade just hit stop loss as opposed to like moving my stop loss or like closing my trade. If I close my trade right now, which I can take like 6 pips, like there's the possibility, and this is something that I have to work on myself. There's the possibility that my mind might say, "Hey, like, you know what? That wasn't a lot of pips, right?" Which is kind of like FOMO, right? You kind of have like a sense of FOMO, kind of have like a sense of wanting to be in a trade just because it might do something as opposed to it actually doing something. Right now, because it's Monday, 1, lack of momentum. 2, there's economies are opening up, but nothing really drastic is happening. You know, when it was the pandemic and when we had Trump, like there was a lot of momentum because people were getting out of the market. Nobody wanted to be trading in those markets at those times, like not seriously at least. Or people were shorting the market intensively, as well as we had Trump just tweeting stuff out of nowhere, just left, right, and center, just tweet this, and tweet that, and you know, it really just, oh, gotta add, let me just close this for us, so annoying, sorry guys, add. So it really made it so it was a favorable market, like you could like catch 10 pips. On that note as well, we're about to have the New York Open. New York Open will probably stop me out and then continue to go back down. So that's just something I'm going to talk about before it happens. But I don't mind. Again, it's Monday. One of the things that I'm working on the most is finding no trade days, and 2, just capital preservation, just being able to preserve my capital and say to myself, hey, you know what, I still have my capital, as opposed to saying that, hey, you know what, the market took some of my capital, right? And like that could have happened for my UJ trade, not anymore because I've moved my stop loss to break even, but it could happen for my UJ trade because of the fact that it can go into drawdown. Now, if it does go into drawdown as opposed to losing like my entire trade amount, I would have lost 50 to 75% of how much I was risking, which would not have been as much, right? So right now we're just waiting. We're just seeing what will come about. This is a risk-free day. We are not trading right now. Definitely risk-free. We've already taken our trade. So yeah, it really is, and takes a lot of mental strength to just be in the market and wait for these little moves to happen. Because these little moves happen every single day in multiple time frames. They happen in the pre-New York, they happen in the New York, they happen in the NYSE, they happen in the Asian, they happen in the London, and it keeps cycling. Happens in the Sydney. So what we have to do is we have to say to ourselves, what's going to be the best way to basically, 1, preserve our capital, and 2, still make profit. And I really feel that is 1, finding no trade days, because you really, if I have 3 to 5 trades per week, which I'm limiting to myself to become a better trader, then it really is that I don't want to be wasting my trades on a no trade day where I could have realized it sooner and now I'm just wasting a trade, right? Because then what's going to happen later is, if I hadn't noticed it, I'm going to end up over trading, maybe do 6 or 7 in the week as opposed to 3 to 5, and like that's going outside of my trading plan. And trading plans are essential. Like for instance, my trading plan, if I was to take it out right now, I'm in my trading plan. I am definitely sticking to my trading plan. So let me just go to my trading plan really quickly. Let me see here. Okay, trading plan. Time to trade Monday through Friday, 6:30 and 9 a.m. I've been trading that. I'm gonna probably extend that to 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. To be more flexible. My pair is GU or GJ, which I have been looking at intensively for the whole time. My strategy is price action, so breaks of support, retrace of price, so retest or re-break of the wick of the bottom wick. So as you can see here, we had a break of support. Price kind of tethered in that area for a little bit, allowing, not actually, it just continued to fall. So this would definitely be an impulse move. All the reason more to have breaks, stop loss at break even. So now my goal is to take 1 to 2 trades per day. Or 3 to 5 trades per week, protect my capital, and be willing to decrease the trade by 50% to reduce risk if it does go into backdraw or drawback. Now also improve by 1% per day. That's also part of my trading plan, right? Make sure to trade every day, like Monday through Friday, 6 to 9, and just upload content as well, because I'm going to definitely be uploading more content on YouTube and on Instagram, in terms of how trades were caught, breakdowns, analysis is prior to and after the fact. For instance, I have this being live streamed, so I have this video 1 myself, and 2 as well, I was recording on my little video recording program. So it was recording, so I can just go back to any timestamp and say to myself, hey, you know what, this was before and then this is after and this is what happened, and analyze the situation. Right, so we're still waiting. We're still at this 50% loaded kind of thing. I do believe that New York is going to come up and take me out and then come back down. However, I'm just literally leaving my trade and my break even open. The reason why is because I'm not really, right now specifically, I'm not in the markets and in these waves in order to make a profit. It's more so, like I've said a couple times in the stream, capital preservation, like to preserve capital, as well as just build my skill and become more disciplined, become more patient. And those are going to be much more better to have in my arsenal. This is going to hit stop loss, I don't mind. To keep on just building my account and losing my account, build it, lose it, build it, lose it, build it, lose it. So if I have an account balance of, like, let's say 1,000, then 1% of 1,000 is $10. But if I have account balance of 10,000, then 1% of 10,000 is $100. And then subsequently going up, if I have a $100,000 balance, 1% of $100,000 is $1,000. Right there, you can make $500 to $1,000 a day, which is approximately what is that? $2,500 to $5,000 per week, right? So those are really like life-changing numbers, but they take a long time to get there, right? Like if you have at that level of thinking, $100,000 account, 1% per day, $2,500 to $5,000 per week, right? If you stick to that and over like 4 months, you could have like 50 to 80,000. So if you do have 50 to 80,000, that's like a down payment on a house, right? So that's where staying down until it comes up is like very, very useful. And I know this is possible because I've literally, like, not physically seen, but like on the internet, I've watched people do these live things and watch them, you know, go about their business. Okay, I'll be right back. So right here is the New York Open, and in the New York Open, as you can see, it's looking to try to stop me out. No, no. Price doesn't look to try to stop people out. Price just moves. Sometimes it does move and retrace back to a place where it believes that stop losses might be, or market makers do that. But like, okay, for instance, like at this break, if you just leave stop losses at the break, then market makers might say, you know what, at this break, there's stop losses. Let's at least move price back to this area, to let's see if we can stop people out, stop a couple people out, and then just push down. It's not an individual kind of consensus. It's just that the most common place for entries to be is at this break. That's like the most common place. So price, naturally, as it just moves naturally, will say to itself, you know what, let's go back to a place where price has entered and see if we can take people out at break even. And this is stuff that I have to like keep in mind as well, because this will 1000% hamper or help my ability to trade in the future. So I'm gonna when I'm done make a video of this trade, um, and just it's probably gonna stop me out at break even, but in a sense, even just trading in the market and not losing anything, I'm probably better off than, let's say, 50 to 70% of traders today. Like realistically, when they say that, like let's say let's ballpark it, 25% of traders are successful traders. That means each and every single day they do different stuff than 75% of people. And right now, just the fact that if I was stopped at a break even, or even if I take this profit right now, I'd be better off than 75% of traders. And that's just a ballpark figure. It's probably that like only 10% of actual traders are successful. So that means they do stuff that 90% of people don't. That means they do stuff that 90% of people don't do, right? So I need to be on the winning side of that. So even if I'm on the breaking even side of that, I'm better off than at least 50 to 90% of traders. And that in my mind is such like a confidence boost, right? And in trading, you 1000% need confidence. You need to have the confidence to open trades, close partial trades, let trades run, and all of this in the long run is literally just, if you let it accumulate over time, confidence, small trades, break-even losses, deposits into the account every 2 weeks when you get paid. If you let all of that combine and accumulate over time, it will create wealth, generational wealth for you and your family. But it just takes that discipline to be able to say, hey, you know what, at 4 or 5 pips, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even, and that's my trade for the day. Like, had this hit me out, if this had stopped me out, I more than likely would have just sat on my hands for the rest of the day and just watched as the New York Open opened. Let's see what's happening on GU. GU scaled up and broke down. This is such a messy day for GU. Man, GU, it usually does this because it's so fast. Now it looks like it's going to break, and this is kind of what I was referring to too, that we would see some level of going, like, price going up, and then at New York Open we would see it consequently continue its price down. So like I was talking about the buy here, I definitely didn't take it, but the buy breaking out of this, wow, good thing I didn't take this buy, because literally a second after, it's like, look at this. It's like you take a trade here, you have to close it right here. You have to close it literally right here. So you have to close it at the bottom of this. As soon as it breaks this low, closed. But that was that. UJ is just continuing to move. I'm anticipating it to hit my take profit. When it gets closer to my take profit, I'm going to either secure the entire trade, which is about, how many pips? It's not telling me. So I opened it like right here, and it's about, what is that, like 18? Why isn't it telling me? I don't know. Hold on one sec. I'll figure it out. But if I use my ruler, obviously, like, if I use my ruler right here, it's like 15 pips. So that's solid. That's solid. I'd be more than happy with that. And like, it just goes back to what I was saying a little earlier, in terms of just allowing your trade to run, because there was a possibility of price stopping me out and hitting my stop loss, but it was break even. So like, in my mind, one, I'm stress free. Two, I get to just talk on live more, which is fine. And three, there's the potential that price doesn't stop me out and I continue like I am right now, right? So there's many possibilities when it comes to leaving your stop loss at break even. I'm wondering if we're gonna get this last little push here as the New York Open, just as people start to rally in for the New York Open. This is a nice push. Oh my gosh, look at this push, look at this break. Such a nice break. Broke this low as you would want it to, and then gave you about, so far, 7 pips. That's why I like GU, because GU moves fast, man. GU moves fast. like if you get the 8 a.m. push, it signifies that people are coming into the market. So that's why we kind of see momentum right now. But that's just it. Like people are just coming into the market. Like for instance, like now people are in the market, right? This is the London move, so people were in the market, but pre-London, as you can see, price just rallied off, continued like basically went up some pips, but then rallied down about like what is this 30? Like yeah, 30, right? So this is when people are in the market. Like this is the London session coming into the pre-New York. This is the New York session. This is gonna be like your Asian session, pre-Asian going into Asian, and then Asian finishing off with a rally going into pre-London, right? By rally I just mean range. That's a bad word for range actually. Rally means to go. Well, coming into a range. Let's say coming into a range. So you want to find like places where people are in the market so that you have a better idea of where you have a better possibility of your trade actually panning out as opposed to not panning out. You always want there to be potential that your trade will pan out. So like for instance, like now that we're getting into like close to a new 4 a.m. candle, like you don't know what the 4 a.m. candle is going to hold, whether it's going to just shoot up or shoot down. So you're going to want to definitely take out any trade you have at prior to 9 a.m., which is coming up in about 47 minutes. Right now, it just looks like price is just tithering. It's not going down, but at the same time, it's not going up. So that's where we are now. We're just chilling. My hands are not on the brake nor on the pedal. I'm just watching, and it looks like we're about to break lows. Let's see here. How many pips is that so far? About 8. Let me go check something. One sec, I'll be back. One of the things I'm trying to do also is just cultivate new energy. So like for instance, like on my I have like a new Instagram account. On my old Instagram account I would have like my old friends, stuff like that, and just people who know me and can judge me and kind of throw me off my track. So now like I have a new Instagram so that like when I post and promote my channel, this channel right here, it's not one of those ones where I'm promoting to people who can judge me on a regular day basis and that's something that I have to worry about. No, like I want new energy. I want a new group of people, new surroundings. As we approach about like 8 pips here, I'm thinking about securing most of it. But again, we're at break even. Let's scroll down to nope. We are break even. I'm thinking about just either closing my trade really soon. But definitely, yeah, it's a bit of a hard trade. I'll be right back, guys. One second. So price is now darting down. I'm gonna close my trade. Should I just move my stop loss? Yeah, I'm gonna move my stop loss to 8 pips. So my stop loss, I'm gonna officially move it. I'll show you guys in a moment after I do it. Um, so it's gonna be like 8 pips that are secured now, that are in the bag with my trade running. Take profit will be around like $20. Let's see. And this is also something I'm going to be working on as well, is just allowing my stop loss to be, my stop loss now is all the way over here. So this is like, how do you do that even? I don't know. But let's just signify my stop loss with this line right here. It's my stop loss. So I've basically secured 8 pips. So if price goes back up into the area, I've secured 8 pips. My trading day has been done for a while now. Actually, my trading day has been done for about 30 minutes now. Ever since I moved my stop loss to break even, my trading day has been done. But now I am guaranteed to end my trading day in profit. It's guaranteed. 8 pips is secured. I don't see the need any more than that. I'm gonna continue to trail my stop loss as price just goes, because like what I'm thinking now, right, is if price closes, I've also moved my take profit. Let me just signify that as well, because we're moving through this area so well. We're breaking lows very, very well. So I've moved my take profit to about 20 pips. But in the grand scheme of things, I drew out this level, and this level is far beyond that. So because we've already secured 8 pips, and in the future, what I want to do is, the reason why I moved my stop loss here and not just left it here and took some, is because my account balance is so small that I want to guarantee 100% of the take profit right here, right? But at a stronger balance, let's say even like 2 times what I have right now, I can literally secure 50% of my trade, secure what it is that I have here, and leave my stop loss here. So then the whole thing would be running. And if it went to like 50 pips, that's a huge trade, huge, right? So that's something that I'm gonna be, when I rewatch my video, I'm gonna be watching and telling myself. Right now, again, my stop loss is right here. My trading day has been done for a long time, but now my trading day is guaranteed with profits, which I am definitely comfortable with. And sometimes you just have to find a profit that's comfortable, and sometimes there's not going to be a profit that's comfortable. Sometimes it's not going to. I'm feeling like price is going to retrace here. So just as I'm talking about it, price is definitely going to retrace, stop me out, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all. This was a really good trade as well that I talked about. Amazing, immaculate trade. It dropped. It gave you about 11. What is this? 11, 12 pips, and it was just pure liquidity. It was just pure liquidity. Talked about it earlier. Talked about not taking this trade as just per intuition. Wasn't looking at the markets when this was happening, and price just continued to break lows, break lows, break lows. And when it did, you have an opportunity to get in, and you're getting in at about 12 pips. Price at that point, when it got to the first take profit, or nearly to the first take profit, is now retracing. So this was like a picture perfect trade. This was like, this is near perfect. You move your stop loss to break even and let the rest run. And right now, again, I can care less about what happens with this. We are falling, so that's a good thing. But um, to be honest, I can care less if it hits my take profit or continues to go, because one, I want to talk about these things, and just be straight up with myself more so, as well as just prepare for the future. Um, and I don't want to have such a like a narrow mindset. I want to be able to look at all things, invest not only candles wise for Forex, but also like investing wise, being able to like see myself taking profits out of the market each week, which Again, I also heard that 80% of traders do not do withdrawals out of their account on a weekly basis. So if at the end of this week I do a withdrawal of anywhere of, let's say, plus $1, more than $1, then I'm more I've done something more successful than 80% of traders. So that's definitely something I'm looking to do at the end of this week is just withdraw $1 or more into my account, which my broker allows, um, and literally just think to myself that was more successful than 80% of traders, and that's going to be a huge confidence boost, huge confidence boost. On top of that, we just got a winning trade. 8 pips guaranteed. The rest is running right now. We are just chilling, sitting on our hands, not doing anything, not opening up any more trades. It has just been a really stress-free trade, stress-free day. This is why closing trades and moving your stop losses to break even is so important. Moving your stop loss to in profits, moving your stop loss to right here, securing 10 pips. 10 pips at like a $2 lot size is $200. You would have made $200 here just stress free. It just plummeted, and we were in a downtrend, and it just continued plummeting. Um, so right now we're just tithering. It looks like price is definitely gonna hit my stop loss. I'm gonna be right back. But if it doesn't hit my stop loss, that'll be quite exciting. We have 5 more minutes until the next 30-minute candle. I'll be right back. One moment. Hello. So as of right now, we are definitely still just running here. Definitely running here. And we have our stop loss moved to where this area is. So I'm gonna take a look at the trade as a whole. I might, let's see here. We're in 15 pips profit, and we are still running. Our next zone that we are looking to take is going to be right here because we are breaking that low. So this is about, let's see if we can we, can we look to long, like really just swing that? Hard to say. Very hard to say if we can swing that. Um, Here's what I'll say though. I already have my take profit guaranteed. I'll put my stop loss at 40 pips and I'll let the rest run. So I am looking to take, if I open this up all the way, I am looking to take this to about right here, which in the grand scheme of things, I guess is actually a bad idea. The reason why is because like if we already have such a perfect trade that panned out, we should be looking to maybe take like 20 max. But it also ties into like my what I was saying a little bit earlier. If my account balance was larger, I'd be able to like how do you say close like 60% or 70% of my trade, and then let the rest run. And if that's the case, then you're even more stress free. Um, you can really just you can really just sit there idly and just watch and just really enjoy. Whereas yes, it's dropping right now, but at the same time, like I'd be able to push for like 40 pips if it was the case that like this was like a 50%, like a close 50%. But because my entire trade's still open, I had an analysis on this entire trade and my entire position. Like it's a bit more in my mind of a risk. It's like a second trade you're taking ideally. Um, so I don't want to go for 40 pips. More so want to just go for like 20 pips, maybe like 25. And just leave it at that and call that a Monday. Because then if you start to build those habits, you're gonna think that like every single day, and the reason why I'm saying this is because this has happened to me. So like if you keep on building those habits where like you go for a 40 ball like every day, and it's not that it's like a that you've closed 50% of your trade, you're gonna think that can happen every day. But in reality, what happens and what tends to happen is that price retraces naturally, creates lower lows and lower highs and lower lows and lower highs. So that lower high is going to take you out. So if you do that every single day, then you're going to keep on building with that. Whereas if you just take 80% of your trade, you've already established that you've made profit in the market, and now the remainder can just do do the extra work for you that you don't have to do necessarily. So that's why I've made my analysis to make it so my stop loss is actually not 40 pips, but instead it's going to be around 25 pips, which this green line is actually, yeah, so like 25. So we're just waiting to see what happens. It might even come back up and stop me out, which is a possibility. Um, so that's also something. But I feel like when you're this meticulous and this and striving for this kind of perfection is and you're consistent with this on a day-to-day basis in your time frame, then definitely 100% there will be success. 100%. Definitely didn't risk a lot on this trade at all. It's Monday. We were definitely just having a vibe day, just a chill day. Tomorrow is going to be Tuesday. Waking up very early on Tuesday to trade in the markets, which will be fun. Trading should be fun. It shouldn't be one of those ones where you're like, you're stressed out and you're trying to pay off your rent and you're trying to become a millionaire overnight. It should be just really fun in the sense that like you just come into the market, you chill, you hang out, you just make trades and you manage those trades very, very well. At the end of the day, the premise of trading is to make money, but like it shouldn't be so stressful. It should be quite ordained, quite normal. UJ is nice because if you look at GU, it moves so fast, right? But UJ will take its time and create candles and actually let the candle stay. So right now we might flip into green. If it does, it'll probably take me out, which I don't mind. Again, we have our stop loss in profit. I think I said this yesterday, but when price moves like really, really fast, you shouldn't necessarily get excited. You should you should be kind of worried, kind of scared, you know. And I read that from someone who posted about it, and they were saying that Warren Buffett said it, right? So if Warren Buffett, like one of the greatest, not only entrepreneurial minds of all time, but greatest investors of all time, said that, it's something that you have to like take into consideration. Like for instance, Albert Einstein said that. Um, the sixth wonder of the world, but the seventh wonder or the eighth wonder of the world, sorry, eighth wonder of the world is compounding interest. Like that's deep. That's deep. The ability to let something compound over time, and actually physical compound is the concept. It's an immaculate concept. But with that as well, because it's such a powerful tool, compounding, you have to be that much more patient, that much more diligent, strive for that much more perfection, and actually produce, actually get to where you want to get to. As opposed to if you're trying to go down a straight line and you're trying to get to a destination, um, get to that destination. You can go left to right, but make sure you're going forward into that destination because the left to rights are inevitables that you have to plan out and take into consideration, but eventually you want to get back onto that straight line to get to your destination. So that's produce, that's the ability to produce. um, but yeah, these are just things that I've been watching lately and just reading up on, uh, and just thinking to myself as well. Yeah, definitely, like compounding is like such, it's a tool whereby it's used by millionaires obviously, but it's a tool that if used in the wrong way, you can compound your account to zero. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to avoid, which is why you have to be that much more patient and um, that much more, strive for that much more perfection. So right here, if we zoom to the 15-minute, we can see that definite lows are being, oops, that's 15-second. If we zoom to the 15-minute, we can see definite lows are being broken. So this was a low that was just it came price retraced and then it came back down actually. So my stop loss is still here. Still in this trade. My trade is just running. Let's see here. So right here, we are running in 20 pips of profit. I think that is more than enough for the day. I'm going to close majority of this trade. Actually, I'm just going to move my stop loss to about 18 pips of profit. Oops, okay. So we're going to move it to 18 pips of profit. And then we'll call that a day. So now my stop loss has been moved to quite literally here, 18 pips of profit. And I have moved my stop loss so that if price comes back up, it will just come back up and hit my stop loss, which is totally fine. My trading day was done a long time ago, my trading day was literally finished at 7:55, 7:53. And that was when I was running in 6 pips of profit and I moved my stop loss to break even. And this was my, I've guaranteed 18 pips right now. 18 pips are in the bag. We are running at 18 pips. If we lose this trade, we are losing at 18 pips profit. Um, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow, which is totally fine. 1000% fine, actually. And tomorrow I'm gonna be the way that I've been thinking about trading too is like, if you win a trade, should you be more or should you be less conservative? And I think you should be more conservative. You should be more. You shouldn't risk as much. Um, I'm trying to figure that out if it's from of a lot size perspective or if it's maybe from a actual trading perspective. Maybe I don't trade the next day. Maybe I say, hey, you know what? I had caught so many pips in the previous day that I don't have to trade this day. But from an overall standpoint, is just from when you look at something, you have to look at it like, how can I be the most consistent at something? And I think that that particular level of consistency just comes from confidence, and practice. Confidence, practice, confidence, practice. Like when I had, um, yeah, no, it's just that you want to have a strong level of confidence. So right now, I can care less where the trade actually ends up, although we are plummeting, um, or just really, really just really dropping right now. I can care less because I've already moved my stop loss to 18 pips in profit, which is more than enough for me. I would have been fine with 8 pips of profit, and I'm just able to have a stress-free experience as well as talk more, talk more, and just enjoy my day as opposed to, and that's the thing too, with like, if I'm in a losing situation, I have to really be diligent in terms of uh, I have to really be diligent in terms of moving or sorry, closing 50% of my trade if price goes into drawdown, and those little things like will help so much. So I think that will help a lot. So right here, I think my stop loss is going to be hit. We will see. All these moves OD. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my stop loss is about to be hit in like 5 seconds. Who knows? Who knows? If not, though, that'd be cool. Cool. Catch like maybe like a 30 pip, maybe like a 40 pip. Who knows? I've guaranteed 18 pips, so we'll see what happens after that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Pretty sure my stop loss just got hit. So I just secured 18 pips. Days finished. Yes. Stop loss got hit. I'm out of this trade now. 18 pips successful. Okay, let's do hold on, let me just get this out real quick. So stop loss just hit right there. My trading day is done, and I'm just gonna get this out here. All right, 18 pips. 18 pips secured. All right, that was securing 18 pips right there. Round of applause. I'm just gonna wait to see what happens afterwards. Oop, okay. So right now price is doing something, but I am not in the market. I don't know what price is doing. Man, I feel like price is just gonna plummet into like 50 pips. But even if it does plummet into 50 pips, I have to say to myself and stick to my plan. And it was like like the what I was talking about in terms of compounding. I have to say to myself that I already caught this trade. I already caught 18 pips. I came to the market, got 18 pips. Market was graceful enough to give me 18 pips, and I took it. And I'm getting out. That's what I have to say. And I think that's just the bottom line of what has to happen and take place. Like literally like the bottom line, like even if it does plummet this next 40 pips, like there was also the possibility of price coming up and giving me zero. So one, I was okay with being stopped at a break even. Two, I was okay with being stopped at eight pips. And then three, I was okay with being stopped at 18 pips. It finally stopped me out at 18 pips. And it also ties into what I was saying earlier with if you have a bigger account, you can close 50%, close 70%, let 30% run. In doing so, you have a much more area for price to even retrace back into before plummeting in order to say, hey, you know what, this was a good trade. So, but like I'm fine with the 18 pips that I just got. I'm fine with that. That's totally fine. 1,000%. All right, so right here we have the 4 a.m. We have the new 4 hour candle. Wow, 4 a.m. We have the new 4 hour candle right here. I wonder what it's gonna do. I wonder if it's gonna plummet or if it's gonna shoot up, and I'm gonna be able to get this maybe into my video or something like that. The one I'm gonna post on IG, but I'm not in this trade whatsoever. Not in this trade whatsoever. I'm actually out of it. As a matter of fact, I should probably even actually just take this off because I'm out of this trade. I'm done that trade. My stop loss was right there. My stop loss was hit. Secured 18 pips. 18 pips. I'll actually even just, let me see what GU's doing. GU sold twice. Wow, that's okay. Yeah, so the new 4 hour candle is clearly just plummeting. I'm not getting anywhere close to this trade right now because what it is exactly is what I'm seeing is I'm seeing price go down, but at the same time, someone else might be seeing price be going up, right? So I don't know if this is a big baller or not, but if a big baller sees price as going up, maybe it's meeting some level of support going to the left-hand side that I haven't seen, then I could be in a position where my 18 pips can turn into like 15 pips. So I don't want that. I don't want that whatsoever. I just want to be able to secure my 18, go about my day, come back to the market tomorrow and see what the market has to offer. And that's how trading is done. That's how trading is done normally. So you get a trade, you win a trade, you're done. You lose a trade, you're done. Man, this shit wants to plummet, wants to just drop, it wants to just keep dropping. There's nothing to the left though. That's the thing. Like when there's nothing to the left, like if you just follow this line right here and you go to the left and you keep zooming into the left, like when you zoom in now, like it's going through liquidity. It's going through like these are like level supports, right? So like obviously like it's gonna get some traction as it gets to this area, but like breaking through this, you have this whole wick that it's gonna cover. Breaking through that wick, then it has this whole area now as well that it's gonna go into, right? So like always look to the left. That's what helped me in getting into my trade. If you go back, you'll see how I got into this trade successfully without any stress for 18 pips. Go back to it, go back and watch it until you see this build up and without this candle. And when you go back to it and you see this build up without this candle, you'll see how I got into this trade stress free. So definitely something you're gonna want to look for. Alright, gang, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna call it a day. We had this nice little we had a successful trading day. Now we just gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. Alright. Man, at the end of the day too, like I don't even want to look at my account balance, right? Because like in essence, what it is exactly and where I feel that, improvement can happen is like just don't even worry about what's happening with your account balance. Worry about just staying consistent with like not increasing your lot sizes, or if you feel that if you have like a funny feeling about a trade, like decreasing your lot size to cope with the fact that it's like a little bit of a effy trade. Don't come into the market thinking that every day is a 30 pip day, 20 pip day, or even a 10 pip day. There might be a I called today may be a no trade day. That's what I called at the beginning. I seen price breaking down. And at the end of the day, like you have to just take what the market gives you. I took break even, I took 8 and then I took 18, right? Like had I took 16 or 15, I would have still been in this trade for about like 27, 29, right? But like I literally have to be fine with the fact that break even 8 and then 18 is amazing, immaculate. I could have came into the market and just not even traded. I could have not even came to the market. I could have not been making this live stream whatsoever. But at the end of the day, market decided to give me some form of pips, and I have to take that, be satisfied, and run with that. Because that's what successful traders do. Successful traders, they do one of two things. They 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 take break evens, or they take small profits, or sorry, three things, or they take huge profits. Like they don't want to go into drawdown, and when they do go into drawdown, it's a small loss. Like they don't they're not they're not willing to cope with loss whatsoever. So they've practiced so much that they know where momentum is going to be um, at a break, and then take the rest of the way down, right? And they understand that intuition is going to play a huge part in your ability to just trade naturally, trade with a flow, as opposed to not trading with a flow, right? I trade from 6 to 9 in the morning, Monday through Friday. I don't see a need to open up a trade at 9 a.m. There's just no need. There's just no need whatsoever to do so. It doesn't make sense because I personally trade from 6 to 9 every morning. In that case, I'm gonna call it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Take care. Take care.